Hello everyone, welcome to BBS Academy. In today's topic, we are discussing about the models of von Thunen theory of agricultural location. Okay, at first we have to know about the von Thunen. The von Thunen was a German economist from 1783 to 1850. He was lived in Germany. Okay, the agricultural location theory given by von Thunen at 1826 was an deterministic and normative model. That this model was partly based on the idea or based on the work of Adam Smith and Albert Thayer. Okay, von Thunen's model, a normative economic model. In 1826, von Thunen agricultural location was published in his book The Isolated State. Okay, in this theory, the basic two aim was firstly the intensity of the production of a particular crop declines with distance from the market. Basically, the intensity of production is a measure of the number of inputs per unit area of land. Okay, with an example, the greater the inputs like greater money, labor, fertilizer, irrigation, and pesticides. Okay, that's intensify the production of the agriculture. Okay, and the next aim of the theory was the type of land use varies with distance from the market. Okay, before giving this theory, one can have some assumptions of this theory. Okay, so firstly, at the center of the agricultural region is a single isolated market town. Secondly, the assumptions was the agricultural area is a homogeneous one. That means the agricultural regions uh, characteristics like fertility and plain characteristics are the equal throughout or the all over the region. Okay, and the no climatic variations are in this region. It means the climatic characteristics are same or equal all over the region. Okay, in the third assumption, there was only one form of transportation system, namely horse and cattle. Okay, in this region or in this agricultural system, there is only one transportation system that is given by von Thunen, in that is a horse and cart. Okay, and the fourth assumption was transportation costs were the same everywhere and in every direction. That in any location or in any direction, the transportation cost is same. Okay. And the fifth assumption was the cost of transportation is directly proportional to the distance. It means when you go a single distance or if we go a shorter distance, then there is a lower in cost. Okay. If we go to a larger distance or the very long distance, then the uh, transport cost will increasing proportionally. Okay, so the next or the sixth assumption was all labor cost were equal everywhere on the plane. Okay, the labor cost for all over the regions are equal. The seventh assumption was the market price of any commodity was fixed for any single farmer, and the last assumption was all farmers act as an economic man. This means that they aim to maximize their profit and have full knowledge of needs of the market. Okay. These are the assumptions given by von Thunen uh, for this agricultural location theory, and these assumptions are the base of this theory. Okay. So if we see the principle, basically the underlying principle of this von Thunen theory was economic rent. This economic rent was converted, or later workers have called this economic rent is locational rent. Okay, so in this drawing, basically von Thunen try to explain the relationship between the locational rent and the distance from the market of one farm. Okay, if we see this is the market region or surrounding area. If we go towards the larger distance or the longer distance from the market, then the locational rent will be decreased. Okay, and the maximum locational rent in within the market area or surrounding market area. Okay, and further the distance lesser the locational rent. Okay, so there is the statement: the value of locational rent declines with the distance, which depends on the transportational characteristic of the product, and the height is the value of the locational rent in the market. Okay, and here is the maximum locational rent. This is the location of market area or the city region. Okay, so the locational rent, the concept of locational rent, if we define, then locational rent is what a farmer can afford to bid for the parcel of a land. Okay, so this is the formula that from using this Banthunen try to calculate the locational rent. Okay, and this y represent the yield per unit of land, m represent the market price per unit of production, c represent the production cost per unit of product, t represent the transport rate per unit of distance, and d represent the unit distance of unit of land of the market. Okay, so if we see the first model, intensity theory, that's given by the Banthunen. First, intensity theory state that the intensity of a cultivation or production of a crop decreases away from the city. In the graph, if we see this graph, here is the market area or the city region. If we go towards the outer region or the distance region from the market, here the characteristics of the agricultural system or the cultivation nature is changes. Okay, and the locational rent also decreases towards the outer region or further region from the market area. Okay, if we see here from 0 kilometer to the 20 kilometer, here is the nature of the cultivation type is intensive type. Okay, and the beyond the 20 kilometer, here the agricultural system is the extensive in nature. Okay, and also, the locational rent is decreases from the market region towards the further region. Okay, from this graph we can see that within 20 kilometers there is the highest in locational rent in this graph. Here is the maximum locational rent, and from this region to this region, the locational rent is also decreases. Okay, or decline. Okay, so if we read the statement, here is the for example for the same crop having a similar market price, then the farm located close to the city will have an intensive cultivation there, than the one located away from it. This is because the locational rent on the crops of the farm near the city will be higher than the crops on the farm away. Okay, so the intensity of production can be increased with the application of inputs like fertilizer, seeds, irrigation, labor, etc. Okay, mm, and for the crops grown on the farm near the city, the locational rent will be higher because production will be higher and the cost of the transportation is low. Okay, the locational rent is higher because of the production will be higher and the cost of transportation is low in the nearby market area. Okay, so this is all about the intensity theory. Here the basic statement or the main statement is the intensity of the cultivation or production of the crops that decreases away from the city, and this is the maximize or the maximum production within the market area or surrounding market area region. Okay, so in next theory, Von Thunen theory is crop theory, or the model 2 is the crop theory. Okay, in this crop theory, Von Thunen try to explain the six distinct concentric zones around the market area, and these six distinct zones are market gardening and milk production, firewood and lumber production. Third is the crop farming without fallow and pasture land. Four is the crop farming with fallow and pasture land, and fifth is the three feed system, and sixth is the livestock farming. Here is the graph. We can see that the black region is the city region. Here is the center is the black region is the city region. From the city region, this and the surrounding regions are distinct characteristics region that represent the different types of cultivation and farming nature. Okay, so here is the graph wise name: the market gardening and milk production, firewood and lumber production. Okay, so if we see the first ring, or if we see the characteristics of these rings, okay, the first ring is basically characterized by the market gardening and milk production. Okay, and here is the intensive farming method is the main method of the farming. Okay, so and if we see the proximity to the market, here is the less proximity, or the which is the closest or the nearest region to the market area. Okay, and this zone produces highly perceivable and highly valuable crops like vegetable and fruits and dairy products. Okay, if we see the land rent of this region, okay, the land rent is maximum in this zone because of the closer to the uh, closer to the market area. Okay, and if we see the production crops and the production crops and highly perishable and labor and intensive in this zone. Okay, the perishability means the crop's nature is highly perishable, that are spoil quickly. Okay, so if we see the next ring or the next zone, the next zone is characterized by basically the firewood and lumber production. Okay, in this ring primarily supports the production of timber and firewood. Okay, because during that time the timber and firewood are highly demandable because of the this is essential for the heating of houses or home and construction purpose. Okay, so if we see the land rent of this zone, the land rent is lower than the first ring or first zone because of the higher transportation cost, and the product are not perceivable. Okay, in previous ring we see that the products are very much spoil in a shorter time. Okay, but in this zone the woods and timber like products are less perishable. Okay, if we see the distance from the center market area, there is a medium kind of distance. There is not very much larger distance. Okay, so this is the characteristics of second ring. If we see the third ring or the third ring is characterized by the extensive field crops or the crop farming without fallow and pasture land. Okay, and in this region the crops nature is non-perceivable. Okay, the crops are like rye, wheat, corn, and barley are cultivated in this region, and these crops are perishable and easier to store and transport. Okay, and these crops are cultivated with the nature of extensive farming or extensive cultivation. Okay, the intensive cultivation we previously known that the 0 to 20 kilometer region there is an intensive cultivation and highly farming system. But if we see the next region, if we see the next beyond the 20 kilometer, then here is the extensive type of farming here. Okay, and if we see the land rate is the lower than the previous zone. Okay, uh, okay, so next is the fourth ring. The fourth ring is characterized by the crop farming with fallow and pasture land. Okay, here the farmers use the 7-year crop rotational system. Okay, this is very much important. Okay, so and this zone consists of the less intensive type of farming. Okay, if we see the first crop is the rye. Okay, if we see the 7-year crop rotation system, firstly this zone is consists of less extensive type of farming, less intensive type of farming. Okay, so in this zone, farmer use the 7 year of crop rotational system. Basically, this zone, the first 1 year, farmer try to cultivate rye. Okay, rye crops. Okay, and the second 1 year, farmers try to cultivate barley, and the next 1 year, farmer cultivated oats. Okay, after that, for the 3 years, the farmers use the land for pasture, and after pasture for the 1 year farmers use the land for fallow. Okay, these are the seven years of rotational system in within the fourth ring. Okay, in this region here is the all of the regions like fallow land, pasture land, and crop farming are here. Okay, so if we see the next ring or fifth ring, there is the three field system like three field system or this zone consists of basically rye cultivation. Okay, so first where the most important crop is the rye, and the farmers used grow rye on one third part of the field. Okay, the total aerial coverage is the 100%, but one third part of this region or area is cultivated by farmers is the rye cultivation, and the another one third part of this region is used for pasture, and the rest of the land is used for fallow. Okay, next is the sixth ring or livestock farming. In this zone, the farming nature or farming system is basically livestock farming, and this zone is basically the farthest zone from the market area. This is the farthest zones from the market area, and in this region there is no agricultural activity. Okay, there is no agricultural activity, and there is only nomadic activities, and the animal farming are there. Okay, and the only animal products were marketed from this region. Okay, these are the characteristics of the sixth thing or livestock farming. Okay, so and these are the six characteristics of the three six distinct zones of agricultural location theory of von Thunen. And after that, after sometimes or after some years later, von Thunen modified this theory. Okay, and von Thunen incorporated two modifying factors, like one is the navigable river, and another is the small city region. Okay, so here is the graph. We can say this portion, this portion is the basically first crop theory, and this is the modified crop theory. Here, the incorporation of the navigable area is the here, and a small city is here, and these are the surrounding regions or surrounding peripheral region or surrounding zones. Okay, and this all about the theory of agricultural location of Thunen. So, if you found this video helpful, so please like this video and share this video. For further updates, stay tuned and subscribe our channel. Okay, thank you.